Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Preeti Sharma, your pathology and microbiology educator at PrepLadder, and I have with me the honor of sharing the screen with Dr. Karthiram, and the honor in so many ways because his journey is truly an inspirational one. But to begin with, currently he is All India rank 10 in the recently conducted NEET PG 2024. So heartiest congratulations, Dr. Karthiram, from the entire team of PrepLadder.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to share a screen with you, ma'am.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. And of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, your journey has been very, very inspirational. So I don't want to mention any of it. And I really want you to start from exactly the beginning, that is from FMG till NEET PG AIR 10. Over to you.
Yeah. I gave my FMG in August 2020. It was like a weird paper. My journey started from there only, and I got. I didn't expect the result, but I got. Luckily, I got 241 out of 300, and then it just sparked the flame inside me that it's possible. Like before that, I was like, it is impossible to crack NEET PG like that. So it is because now since August 2020, the line between NEET PG and FMG is very narrow, and it's almost, I would say, same only, since I've given both the papers, and I think I'm eligible to comment on both the
So,
papers.
very extremely sorry to interrupt you over here, Dr. Karthi. I think your mic needs to be a little adjusted because the volume's gone really low.
Now is it okay, ma'am?
It's a little better, yes.
It was almost same. Both the papers are same only, and I see a lot of FMGs thinking that FMG and EPG are like way far apart, and we can't do it, and it's nothing like that. Say the syllabus is same, and just 10 or 20% more you have to add up to your main notes and give GTs and MCQs, and I think the preparation is done. You can easily get around below 5K rank. It's a decent rank, I would say. And I gave my FMG, then I started my internship in Delhi. And I completed my internship in 2022 March, ma'am, actually. So I gave that NEET PG paper also during 2022, and I got an All India rank of 688.
Wow, nice.
But unfortunately I couldn't join that seat, ma'am, because during that time the 2 years internship came. So
Right. Yes.
I was about to continue the second year of internship, and I did it from Safdarjung, and I completed my internship in 2024 Jan. So then I got some 6 to 7 months of leisure time, free time, where I got dedicated to full-time preparation, and beat me. I joined for job also, but that for like 2 to 3 months. So I prepared rigorously for these 6 to 7 months, and yeah, then luckily I got
So,
holiday.
I mean, very casually, Dr. Karthiram has just mentioned that he got 241 in August 2020 exam. But let me remind the students that August 31st, 2020, when the exam was conducted, it was, and it still stands as one of the toughest FMG exams that has ever been conducted. So everyone remembers August 2020 very clearly. And, I think you did not appear for any interviews or took no credit for it, but you were the topper of that session and you got 241, which is anyway an amazing score for any FMG exam, but for that session it was commendable. So the credit that you did not take back then, I want to give all the credit to you today, and all the more so because I think that was the starting point of your journey where you got that confidence in yourself that you could do well. And of course a little extra brownie points because you've done your internship from my parent college, so that's just a side point that I want to mention. But yeah, let's take it forward from here, and let's time travel, as I say, a little. How did you approach the video lectures, starting from main videos to rapid revision to LRR? How did you manage? In what time frame were you doing which part of PrepLadder?
Actually, since I already gave my NEET PG in 2022, during that time only, all my main notes were already there. I watched every videos of PrepLadder. It was actually the older edition. I watched every videos, and I took handmade notes for, except for
Wow.
some subject like medicine, long subject, because it
Correct.
was time consuming.
Yes.
For other subjects, I made handwritten notes. So because I feel comfortable with the handwritten one, because if
Same
you are
here.
seeing a video, it makes your memory once, and while you're writing, it's like two times reading. So I think handwritten notes are somewhat better. If you have no time, you can go for printed one also. but I would say when compared to handwritten notes are better. And I already made the notes whilst before I started for this exam. I started my preparation in Jan 2023, exactly 1.5 years before. So I was having all the notes ready already with me. The one mistake I did in the last exam was I didn't watch rapid revision videos, and I didn't do revision. I just watched the main videos, and I directly went to the exam, and because I didn't have more time during that time. So I realized what the mistake was, and I watched many toppers interview also. They said revision is the key. So at this time I focused last 6 months of my preparation only. I focused on rapid revision, ma'am. And while talking about rapid revision, I have to mention micro and patho. I guess main videos is if I played sorry also before saying this. Main video is not necessary. Whatever the content is there, the main video you have like you're not overburdened. It's also, and you have keep it concise and crisp. Actually, it's like balance of both.
Thank
So
you
I
so
would
much.
guess if you are lack of time, 6 months, say 6 months, it is whether you can assure or not, I can assure you like almost 9 out of 10 questions will come from rapid revision only. But talking about micro and patho, I can assure you. It was
So
very
I've
crisp.
said that a couple of times, but I'm sure the confidence will build in because when the students hear it from you, it's like someone who's been through the journey and is talking from personal experience. It obviously adds to that, and I hope they take back. But you cannot even ignore the fact that you had a certain foundation because you had viewed the main videos at some point of time. Although we don't tend to remember a lot of things in the long run, but at least you do have those concepts somewhere in your mind. And then when you go to rapid revision, all of those tend to come back. So
Yeah.
this is, what is all the more commendable is you've done your main videos, then you did the rapid revision, but all throughout this, you were, having your internship going alongside that too in Safdarjung Hospital, which I can say from personal experience is a very hectic hospital, followed by RML. So, how did you manage rapid revision videos? Just a day in your life, how were you juggling between all these things?
I would get for say if it's in Safdarjung, the advantage is you get the schedule of the posting for a year-long posting beforehand itself, so you can
Right.
plan it beforehand. For example, let's say medicine or surgery, it was very hectic. You get emergency days, 24 hours. You can't I would say you might even want to take a 2 to 3 days break also without even touching the books. There were days like that also. But I would
Right.
say whenever it's possible, for example, light cycles like Opta, ENT, you can read
Hmm.
around 5 to 6 hours also. So it's a balance only, and it's so personalized only. One has to see how where to allot more time and where to cut the time. It has to be personalized. And I would say on average during the internship, I would say 4 to 5 hours is an like average time. Well, if you give a lot about 4 to 5 hours throughout the year, I would guess you would do well in exam. I can assure you that 4 to 5 hours,
Right.
not more than that. Even Saturday, Sundays, you can go for more, like
More.
8 to 10 hours. But during weekdays, 4 to 5 hours is a decent hours.
A must, yes. And also, we've spoken about the videos, but how did you complement it with the PrepLadder's Qbank? Were you doing subject-wise modules? Were you topic-wise, or were you going for custom modules?
I solved my I actually completed all my Qbank already in 2022 itself. Actually,
Okay.
during this preparation, I didn't do much of I did just a custom module one every day, 100 MCQs, like morning 50 and evening 50. Only I did that PVQ tag and aims and recent NEET EA tag, not all the questions. And
Okay.
if I found any questions like very new to me or it's not in my main notes, I used to add them. And I used to make sure also that that my revision notes don't get bulkier. So I used to be very cautious about that. Only if 70% or 50% people get, more than 50% people get it right, then I think that it might be important and add it. If 10 to 12% people are getting correct, then it might be rare topic, or it will not be, there is no chance it will be get repeated. So I will leave that.
Right. So, two very important messages that I've got from this up till now is one, having a great plan is half the battle won. And secondly, no matter how much you may study, you will find some new questions in every Q bank. And that is where
Yeah.
you don't have to break your head over it. And you just have to take it with a pinch of salt. You have to take the extra information, add it into your notes without making it very bulky, and just get going with it. So, it's just about, moving forward and not getting stuck onto that one new question that you've come across. And now, coming to the most important question, that is, what was your approach towards grand test? From the frequency to the analysis, how did you approach them?
Grand test, I would say it's wise to start in the beginning of the preparation only, but not too early, like not in the first
Right.
day, from day one only. From after 3 months, while you are done with the 5 to 6 subject, you can go for GTs. Initially, in the frequency of one per month, more than enough, because the main purpose of GT is to find the lacuna and where you lack and
Right.
what are your weak areas. It's no
Yes.
point in seeing the scores. And if you give 3 times per month or 4 times, your score will not improve in the initial phase. So I would say in the first, let's say you are preparing for a year, for the initial 6 months, you can give one per month, and in the last 6 months, first 3 months you can give two per month, and in the last 3 months you can go for twice per week also.
And were you reviewing them on the same day, and incorrect ones, how were you approaching those questions?
Actually, I used to give GTs on Monday. Actually, after during Monday, or if while I was in internship, I used to give it on Sundays or any day when I get time. Actually, if even if you review it in a one day, like all the 200 questions, it won't be productive because you won't stay alert and it will not be productive. I would say take 4 days and review 50 questions daily. So it will be,
Split it
you can
up.
make a note
Yes.
also with GT book also, so you can add it to them. So it will be wise. Yeah, this GT not reviewed is GT not given. So it's, you have to review it.
Actually, that's well said. GT not reviewed is GT not given. And I think that's the most important message that a student should take forward from this interview of yours. Now, coming to the next most important thing, no matter how much we may say that GT scores should not affect us, there are always days when it hits you and you get demotivated, and you tend to get into that loop of negativity. So, how did you deal with it? What was your stress buster which kept you sane through this entire journey?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, for speak of negativity, there is no end to it. When you go for internship and you do a small mistake, professor or your seniors will come and like you, "Kahan se kiya, bro? What are you doing? How you will not become a negativity is everywhere. So it's, you have to have a shield around you and just go. You have to go into that Zen mode. Regarding
True.
the questions, also initial 6 months, don't concentrate on the number of corrects. You just go, see what are the areas you're lacking and how why are you making mistakes. Either it's not in the notes or it is there in the notes and you can't remember. So if it is factual question and you can't remember, then you have to add it to the separate note or GT note. You can add it. If it is conceptual mistake, then probably you have to work on it more, because that the same topic will be repeated again and again. All, for example, celiac disease, these topics and all will be inflammatory bowel disease. These are standard topics in any paper you give. These topics will be there, so you have to work on it. If conceptual mistake, you have to work on it. If it's a factual, then just study it and add it to another note, separate note.
Perfect.
If
Perfect.
it, so that you can, and you don't do the same mistake again.
So also this time, it was not just about giving the grand test, but did you also give the mock tests that were conducted by
Yeah.
PrepLadder? Because the pattern changed and it was a very sudden change that came towards everyone, where you had to fit everything in time slots and there was time management involved. So did you give those mock tests and plan well before, and did it help you in the on the D day also?
Yeah, actually, I was somewhat loose with my preparation also during the last 3 months. Sometimes I don't feel like studying, but GTs I don't give like as in like how to say, I give my 100% in GT, so I don't give in evening or sometime. I wake up, I take a fresh bath in the cool water, and I sit in the 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I finish it, because your mind will be fresh and like you can get. I have seen it, and when I give in evening, I get like 2 to 4 questions wrong, and while a given morning I get 2 to 4% extra. So you have to be very dedicated, like a proper cricket match. You have to do warm-ups, and you can, I solve 20 to 30 questions also before starting GT, so that you get into the flow. Yeah,
It's like a
GT,
warm up.
yeah, all the three champions, PrepLadder champions test I gave, and I to be exact, to it will be useful for people also. I got 168, 170, 168 only. Maybe in real exam, I got my corrects are roughly around, based on recalls, it's 178. So, manlo 10, plus or minus 10 will be your
Yes.
real score.
Okay, so another thing is that don't be scared of these mock exams, because we tend to think that whatever comes here is the final thing, and we are not going to learn anything out of it, which is not true. You're not just giving it for the sake of assessing yourself, but a lot of other things are involved, like time management and how your mindset. And like you said, between the morning and the evening GTs, you used to see a difference in your marks. So that also speaks volumes about how this exam is a lot about your state of mind, your
Yeah.
mindset, and how you approach it. It's just not about how much of knowledge you carry with you.
Yeah.
Correct. So, since this is your day, I just want to ask you, to whosoever you wish to thank, be it family, friends, over to you. The stage is all yours. And yeah, anyone whom you want to mention, please do
First
so.
of all, before God, I have to thank my parents, man, because I'm 28 now.
Sure.
Since FMG is a very long journey for an FMG, here
I
they've been financially supporting me also. It was like I couldn't ask for more. They did everything they could. So I think this is, I would not say like I paid them back by this rank. I guess like 5% I would like whatever I could I have given to them, and I guess I have to submit this rank in their feeds actually, ma'am. And not to forget about the teachers of PrepLadder, ma'am. Yeah, especially ma'am, obviously you first is you, ma'am. Then Deepak Mawa sir for medicine and Neha ma'am for PSM. They're like very PSM is like very factual subject. So before exam, ma'am conducted YouTube sessions also, like topic wise rapid revisions also. So it was very helpful. Yeah, ma'am. I would thank PrepLadder for making my notes and my knowledge complete, so that I didn't find difficulty in real exam also. All the questions, almost all the questions were doable only. Not all the, maybe 190 or 180 questions were doable on the same topics, PVQs only, but it was asked in a weird way.
Agreed, yes. But just one thing that I want to add on to this is so many students write to me, especially FMG students, because there is so much of self doubt that has somehow gotten into them over the years that, they would not be able to achieve greater heights in some way. And I don't know why that self doubt has creeped in, but you are a standing inspiration in front of everyone that from your FMG journey and the 2 year internship and all the struggles that you've been through, and as you mentioned, how your family has been supporting you all throughout. Now you are here today with All India Rank 10, and I think this is going to be very inspiring for all the FMG students who are probably right now in their MCI or screening exam phase and they don't know how life is going to be ahead. But your video and your interview is a link that I'm going to share with a lot of students so that they can take this as a learning curve and they know that there are better days ahead, and this is just a very small obstacle that they have to pass once. And if they work hard with true dedication like you have, and with all humility that I have gathered from you, I think anything is achievable, and you have done that. So thank you so much for
Thank
not
you so
only
much.
sharing your journey but also giving so much of your credit to PrepLadder. But we know that you have worked very hard in your own way to achieve this. So all the very best. Just one last thing. What are
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
going to opt for?
Like even in 2022 also, I was obviously to take radio only. It
Okay.
went out of my hand, so I guess like it will be wise to take it again. It was rightfully mine, so I would go for radiology probably in Delhi if I get.
Perfect. So we have a budding radiologist coming up in Delhi very soon. All the very best. May you
Thank
achieve
you, ma'am.
greater heights. Keep in
Thank
touch
you.
and just do well. Keep shining always.
Thank you. Pleasure, ma'am. Pleasure is mine.
Thank you.